Hello everybody, this is Star Wars Productions, and today I'll be giving you my breakdown of Star Wars Episode 1 of The Bad Batch. This episode was called Aftermath, and it starts with the planet Kola, where depa, billaba and some clones are fighting against the droids, where we see Caleb Dume, who is Kanan Jarus from Rebels, bringing in reinforcements, and those reinforcements are the Bad Batch. This is pre-Order 66, and we know this because there's a really cool intro where we see part of the Chancellor's rescue in animation form, and then we hear from the Bad Batch that Obi-Wan Kenobi has engaged Grievous. And then when the Bad Batch arrive, one of the clones shouts, "No way, it's Clone Force 99!" which shows that they are famous now during clone ranks. And then we see this really cool scene where Crosshair fires two grapple hooks that tie two AATs together, and then once he's done that, all three of them are connected, and Wrecker pulls them off and shoves them off a cliff. But then we see Order 66, and the Bad Batch just stare and are in confusion, and then they decide. And then Caleb Dume runs towards his master, but then, as we heard in Rebels, depa billaba says, "Run, Caleb, run," and he runs, and then the Bad Batch just want to ask him what's going on, as they have no idea what Order 66 is, and then they separate, and Tech, Echo, and Wrecker try to find out what's going on with Order 66, and then Crosshair and Hunter go to find Caleb Dume. But then while they're going there, Crosshair starts acting weird and wants to kill Caleb, and he says the infamous line, "Good soldiers follow orders." And then with Tech, Echo and Wrecker, they're asking the clones, trying to find out what's happening, but the clones all seem very weird, and this is because the inhibitor chips, but the Bad Batch do not know this. So then back with Crosshair and Hunter, Hunter is about to he's about to find Caleb, and then Crosshair shoots him. And then that happens once more, and then Caleb escapes, and Crosshair gets told a lie by Hunter, saying that he fell down, but then Crosshair says that usually when someone falls down a gap, you look down, not across. And Crosshair is he thinks that there's something off, and he thinks that Hunter didn't kill Caleb. And then the Bad Batch go back to Camino, where they are met with the Coruscant Guard, and they're all saying, what are the Coruscant Guard doing here? Because they're the Coruscant Guard, why are they on Camino? And then they get told that the war is over by a Coruscant Guard, and Crosshair continues to be angry at Hunter for not killing Caleb, and then Tech works out what Order 66 is and thinks they are immune, and then they work out that Echo's chip was broken on Skako Minor. And then they go into the speech from Palpatine saying that the Galactic Republic will be reorganized into the First Galactic Empire. And Crosshair doesn't care about the change. He's like, Empire, Republic, no difference. Tech is a bit shocked about the Jedi being hunted down and executed. And then Omega shows up, who is the young girl, and they talk to her for a bit, and then Admiral Tarkin arrives, and he and Lama Su talk about how Tarkin is evaluating the clone production, and he talks about how the contract with Kamino was to the Republic, not the Empire. And then they, in the lunch, they go to, Omega sits with them, and then a clone walks past and goes, "Oh, the Sad Batch." And then Omega throws her meal at him, and then he turns around and then says, "Who was it?" And then she says, "It was me." And then a lunch fight starts, and that is because, and then Wrecker throws like trays at them, and then Echo gets knocked out unconscious because he's looking at Tarkin, who's looking down at all of this. And then Echo wakes up in the medbay, and they have a bit of a talk about the Citadel rescue and Tarkin. They then are going to see Tarkin when some troopers tell them that they are to go to the battle simulator where Tarkin is and wants to see what they're like in battle. And Wrecker, from that part in the trailer where he destroys all the droids, well, he does that, and all the droids are taken out. But then Tarkin brings in live fire, which are the Dark Trooper type droids, which I think are Phase 1, as there's photos of Phase 1 and Phase 2, and like Phase 1 and Phase 2 are like exosuits, but these did look like droids, so I think these are like, so I think these have people in, but also are droids, so like cyborgs, but like the people aren't like at the front. You don't see the people, so I think they're either Phase 1 or Phase 2 Dark Troopers. And then Wrecker gets shot, and then Tech realises because their training blasters don't do anything to the droids, he reprograms one of these Dark Troopers, and then he rides it and controls it as they take out most of the Dark Troopers, apart from one. And then his Dark Trooper that he sat on gets shot and he falls off. So then they try shooting it, but it doesn't work. So in the end, Crosshair shouts to Wrecker he shouts knife, and then he throws his knife, and Crosshair shoots it, hitting the Dark Trooper, and then they have destroyed all the droids. Then we see Tarkin in the room that Fives found out about the inhibitor chip, and Tarkin wants to know about the Bad Batch, and he speaks to Lama Su about it, and they say there's 5 enhanced clones, which I'll come back to you after, and then Tarkin sends the Bad Batch to Onderon to stop a separatist rise where they want to restart the war. And Hunter speaks to Omega, where Omega says that they should not return to Kamino as it's not safe for them, and that she also asks to come with them, but Hunter says that she shouldn't and she should stay there. And then the Bad Batch arrive on Onderon, and Crosshair has a shot at the separatists, but actually they're a group of rebels led by Saw Gerrera, and Hunter tells him not to take the shot, and this makes Crosshair angry because he just wants to follow orders, and this makes the Bad Batch like a bit confused and they start asking him what's wrong, and he's like, I'm just following orders. Yeah, and then they say, yeah, that's what's weird, we never cared about orders. And then after they talk to Saw Gerrera and decide not to kill the group, a probe droid is spotted following them that was sent by Tarkin, and then then Hunter shoots the probe, and then as they get back to the ship, Tech says that Omega is the 5th mutated clone, because Echo isn't a mutated clone, but he's part of the Bad Batch. So then Omega goes into the Bad Batch's room and looks around until these Coruscant guards come in, and the Bad Batch's staff gets moved out into a hangar, and Omega is thrown in a prison. So then when the Bad Batch arrive, they get taken into the prison as well. And one of their aims was to find Omega, which they do in the prison. And then they escape by Wrecker punching a hole and Omega climbing out, opening the gate. And then, but before that, Crosshair gets taken into that scene from the trailer where he has the purple lasers going into his head, and that is where we get told that Crosshair's chip was working, but it wasn't as strong, so that Tarkin intensifies the chip, and when the Bad Batch escape, they wreck up and punches a clone in the face, and it breaks the helmet. So they go into this hangar where their gear is and get their gear, and this is where the ship is. So then Crosshair, with his new armour, which we saw from the trailer, which is also coming in the Lego Bad Batch shuttle, he arrives, and then he takes some shots and shoots Wrecker, and then Hunter and Echo go to get Wrecker, but then Crosshair is about to shoot them when Omega shoots Crosshair, leading to his gun being disabled, which gives them the chance to get away, and Omega goes with the Bad Batch on the ship, and then they say their destination is J19, which I'm going to make a video on where I think that is, and then they go into hyperspace, and that is the end of this. So overall, I really like this episode, and I can't wait to Friday to see the new one, and I'll make a breakdown on that and videos on that. So if you enjoyed this video, please leave a like, comment down below what you thought of this episode, and if you want to see more from my channel, hit that subscribe button and put that notification bell on if you want to get notified whenever I make a new video. Thank you for watching, have a great rest of your day, and this is Star Wars Productions.